Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. Supertrend is one of the top 10 most used indicators by traders, probably only behind RSI and MACD. It is mostly used to identify a trend. When the price is below the supertrend and the color is red, we are in a downtrend. And when the price is above the supertrend and the color is green, you are in an uptrend. Pretty simple, but one of the things that makes most of the people struggle the most is when the market is choppy. In this video, we're going to look into 7 alternatives and improvements that we can do to optimize your trading when you're using Supertrend. You will be surprised of the power of using small tweaks or using slightly different versions of Supertrend, how you can massively benefit not just in your day-to-day trading, but also when you're trading with automation, with bots. This video is designed both for people that have never used Supertrend, but also if you're already familiar with Supertrend and it's already part of your toolset, you will be surprised with the tips I'm about to share with you. Sit down and relax because I'm gonna run you through the world of Supertrend. Guys, if you like this type of content, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the like, watch the full video, and make sure you don't go anywhere without writing a comment down below. That is the best thing that you can do to tell us that you like this content and also to give a boost to the channel. Let's get to the content. So let's start with the basics. Supertrend uses an ATR and a factor. But what exactly is this? If you look at the Supertrend, there's a line that is flipping from being above to being below. This line is the Supertrend line, and when you're in a downtrend, it's positioned right above the price, and the distance is calculated using the average true range with the volatility of the past candles. If the past 10 candles were very volatile, then the line is going to distance itself from the price more. And if the price starts going sideways, then the line is going to start getting closer and closer to the price. What triggers a trend change in the Supertrend? Very simple. When the price closes on the other side of the line, in this case, we're closing above the red line, we're flipping into an uptrend. And even if we close below the line just by a tiny fraction, still the trend flips. In this case, we close below the green line, so we are flipping into a downtrend. One of the most common beginner mistakes is to take an entry right on the flip. For example, right when you flip here, you might decide to take a short like this. The problem is that if you're using a proper risk management strategy, like for example, a risk-reward ratio, when you're in a choppy market, most of the times you're gonna get hit by the stop loss. So what professional traders do when they're using Supertrend is they acknowledge that the trend has changed and look for entries at areas of resistance. Like for example, they take this short or maybe this short around here. How can we get Supertrend to identify a trend in a much more accurate way? Let me introduce you to some other indicators. I'm also going to show you how to optimize the parameters, which means how to find the best parameters in an automated way so you're sure that you're running Supertrend in the most profitable way that is possible. I'm going to go from the most basic until we get to the end of the video where you're going to end up mind blown of how much extra performance we can get from a simple Supertrend. The first alternative version of Supertrend that I'm going to show you is this one from LuxAlgo. It's called Supertrend Channels. In principle, it looks very different, but is nothing but another version of Supertrend. So what's the difference? You can still put the length, you can still put the multiplier, which coincides with the ATR length and the factor. They are just the same things. So let's configure it in the same way. Let's put 3 and 10 here, and in LuxAlgo as well, 3 and 10. As you can see, now I'm overlapping both, and I'm going to hide LuxAlgo, and you're going to see that they're doing just the same. The main difference is that in the LuxAlgo version, they're not just placing the lines when the change flips, but they're showing them at all times. And that can be very useful, particularly if you start combining different time frames. For example, we can leave the LuxAlgo in the same time frame as the current chart, then enable an additional Supertrend, and in the Supertrend, let's change the time frame to a higher one. Instead of 1 hour, we're going to go for 4 hours. So as you can see now, we know when there is a downtrend in the Supertrend 4 hour, and at the same time, we are seeing this as a channel which is providing very good entries, like for example this one here. It's also much clearer to see when the support has been broken. Instead of waiting for the price to fully retrace to the top of the 4-hour super trend, you can use the lower time frame for entries. You can also use your middle line as an entry. For example, in this case, I'm taking a short, and the upper line of the channel as a trailing stop. Initially, you have the stop loss here, but if the price keeps coming down, your stop loss can continue moving following the price to the downside. In order to set up alerts, it's very simple. First, you select the price on the top, and then you can say crossing up or down, and then you pick the indicator from Lux Algo, and you can decide what level you want to be crossed, upper, lower, or average. That makes it very convenient to implement any strategy. The next one I'm going to show you is the optimizer. I have featured this in my channel before, but we're going to use this optimizer to optimize all the remaining indicators that I'm going to show you in the rest of the video. Supertrend Optimizer by Joseph Trading is one of the coolest things that I've seen about Supertrend on TradingView. Initially, you set it up with your own settings, like for example 3 and 10. Make sure you select top 3 because we don't want to see a full table with all the results. And you wait a few seconds and you're going to see this table here that is saying Supertrend 5, 3, and 10 is giving 253% profits. These results here is some sort of ranking of the best parameters that you can use to get the best results from Supertrend. And that is extremely cool because you can use them directly in this indicator, setting up alerts for uptrend, downtrend. And as the time goes by, the indicator automatically is always going to be scanning the past performance and trying to accommodate for the changes in the market direction, trying to always find the best parameters to run Supertrend in this particular time frame, which is extremely awesome. Let's see what happens if we take the parameters from BTC 1 hour optimize Supertrend and we give them to the Supertrend strategy. I wonder if the strategy Supertrend is going to get better results when we actually use these optimized results. We're getting 6.3 and 10. I'm going to bring the Supertrend strategy that is currently using 10 and 3. So let's change the parameters to match what the optimizer is saying. The changes are mind-blowing. Look at the default parameters, 10 and 3, and the results optimized, 10 and 6.3. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is called Pivot Point Supertrend. We also have the ATR factor and the ATR period, just like all the other ones, but there's a big difference. Even though this looks pretty much the same, if you compare side by side the Supertrend 310 together with the Pivot Point Supertrend, you're going to notice that they are not doing the same. And the main reason is because the pivot points, as the name suggests, is using pivots. So let me show you what that means. If we click here on Show Pivot Points, we're going to see these highs and these lows. They're constantly being calculated with every local pivot in the price action. Why do we calculate this? Because we are trying to find support and resistance. Whenever we find a high, we put a resistance, and whenever we find a low, we put a level of support. These levels here are being used to coincide with the Supertrend. So the Supertrend is not just moving because the price moves, but also they get closer, like if it was a magnet, whenever there is an area of support. When you're using it, you don't need to show these levels, so you can disable them if you want to keep them more clean. And yes, you can also apply the optimization from Supertrend Optimizer, get the values 6.3 and 10, and change them here as well. Overall, you're still going to benefit from those values. Before I forget, the way this optimizer is working is by maximizing all the longs. So it's only calculating all these moves that are in the green areas. It's not optimizing the maximum profits from shorts. But if you stay until the very end of the video, I'm going to show you how to optimize the shorts as well. This is a very, very dirty tip that I'm going to give you, and you're really going to thank me for that. But before I do that, let me remind you that I'm still hosting this exclusive event with OKX. Unlock up to 60,000 in rewards. There's still 9 days that you can join. It's as easy as finding the link in the description and hitting the Join Now button. In order to join, you're going to need an account in OKX. Open okx.com, hit sign up now, fill in your email, and in this box here, write down my referral, which is very simple, Parrot. If you see the 20% highlighted there, it means it's working. Then go ahead, open your account, deposit, and do not forget to hit the join now. you need at least $50 deposit and then to trade to be able to participate. The next indicator is called Supertrend Plus. In principle, it doesn't look very different. We still have the period and the multiplier, but there's a lot of extra stuff that I want to run with you because they're super cool. Number one, the standard Supertrend uses a moving average, but in Supertrend Plus, you get different moving averages to be able to calculate the average true range. I find very cool that you can use the volume-weighted moving average as well, which means that you're incorporating the volume in deciding the trend, which makes a lot of sense. There's also a max deviation to determine some candles that might be an outlier and they can be ignored. And also you have this confirmation. Let me show you how it works. If we disable it by setting it to 0, you're going to notice that Supertrend Plus is flipping into a buy as soon as one of the candles closes on the other side of the Supertrend. In Supertrend Plus, you can determine how many candles you need of confirmation. If you put 2, it's going to delay the transition and draw a yellow line right there. So it's still ignoring here and remains in the red, and it only flips into green after the second candle. And the reason it's doing that is because it might happen that you get a candle that closes above, but then it comes right below, which happens a lot in Supertrend. You wouldn't believe it, but Market Maker knows that a lot of people are using default settings and they know precisely how far they need to get to perform those liquidity grabs that they like so much doing. In this case, if you have that confirmation, you're compromising maybe on entering a little bit later, but you won't be part of that liquidity grab. Supertrend Plus also offers lots of extra different signals. It offers a warning, a reversal, and the standard up and down flip. I think the warning is triggered when the candle is closing above in the yellow zone, but it still hasn't flipped because you are using the confirmation. So for example here, you will get a warning, but not an actual trend change. Alright, I'm really glad that you stay until the end of the video because now I'm going to show you how to optimize Supertrend for shorts. As I mentioned, this optimizer is only configured to measure all the moves of the longs, and it tries to optimize the longest strikes of longs. In order to do the shorts, it's very simple. You're going to hit on symbol search on this corner and move the cursor to the beginning and write down before BTC USDT a large number, making sure that if it's divided by the price of Bitcoin, you know that it's going to give you a number greater than 1. The reason I'm not doing just 1 divided by BTC USDT is because that's going to give us a number that is too small and it may cause in some assets rounding issues. I've been there, believe me. Let's put 100,000 divided by BTC USDT. And now as you can see, BTC is pointing down. We just had a pump, but now BTC is having a dump. And actually the price is at 3 because we are dividing 100K by 30K. And what you're seeing here is the results of the optimization, again of the longs, but the longs on a price that is upside down. Therefore, we are optimizing the shorts. And the parameters that we're getting are not very different, 5.8 and 11. We're going to have to change it, 11 and 5.8, but we need to go back into normal mode. One thing that people are struggling to do this trick is that you have to write down this and then hit enter. If you're clicking here, so let's remove it and we're back to normal. And now we get the optimization of the shorts. Of course, the Supertrend strategy is doing longs and shorts at the same time. I have a version that is modified of Supertrend strategy that either does longs or it does shorts, and it allows me to do nested trading as well. For example, you can see here I have a long-term Supertrend and I have a shorter-term Supertrend, and it's giving pretty good results. I'm gonna offer this to all the members of TTP, but if this video gets to 100 comments and 100 likes, I'm more than willing to publish this indicator for free in TradingView. The indicator works pretty well as well when you're trading with alts. It doesn't work very well with all the symbols, and you're going to have to find the best performing parameters for the higher time frame and the lower time frame Supertrend, and then make adjustments here. But once you get familiar with what works, it is pretty cool. Alright guys, I hope now that you have become a master in Supertrend, optimizing it, you're gonna step up your game when you're using Supertrend. There's so many people that use it and they don't know all the secrets. Maybe one of you are going to thank me one day that your trading is doing better, and that's really encouraging me to make more videos like this. And if you like this kind of content and you wanna keep me doing videos, make sure that you're liking the video, subscribing to the channel, write down a comment below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.